Okay. So it is odd that in my spreadsheet there are 2 episode 158s, but in the Lovecraft Cocktails Facebook there are none. That's right, we're at the missing episodes. So we're going to see if we can remember anything about these episodes. Now let's see. Episode 158, The Mule Comes Through. What was that like?
If I remember, way back in April of 2023, our episodes were quite a bit different. And so here we go. Welcome to Lovecraft Cocktails Quarantiki episode 1. I never can remember what episode.
158. 158.
150. How did we ever get to 158 of these things?
Wow.
I don't know.
So what is this episode called?
This episode is called The Mule Comes Through. That's a mule!
Here's our mule.
What are we going to do with the mule?
It's going to bring us booze.
It's booze. Eldritch potions is what it's bringing
Eldritch potions.
From a far away land.
Thank you, mule.
From a far, far away eldritch land called
California. Los Angeles.
So,
okay, this is going to take too long. I think we should just be humans instead of...
Normally we do a toast.
Oh, we have to do a toast? Do we have a toast?
I don't know. Well, yeah, we
I don't know what's in here.
That's Corey.
Oh, Corey works.
Corey works. All right. She can't get it open. Fear me, I am Cthulhu.
Do you want to swig, Cthulhu?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's too powerful for me. Oh. Yeah, so that's not going to work. That's Corey, right?
That's Corey.
I did get that right. Yeah, it says Corey right there.
So, 2 recreations.
2 recreations, because a lot has happened between that episode and today's date, which is not April or May or even 2023. So here's to hoping some of the changes are better than what they've been up to this point. Wow, you know what happens when you stick Corey in a metal flask for a long time?
It starts sticking like metal.
Yeah, it's a metallic flavor. I'm going to have to move that out of that flask. All right, hi.
Hi.
Hey, hold on. 2023 era glasses.
Hey!
Woohoo! Oh, I don't have a hat.
You don't have a hat.
I don't have a
There's
hat.
a hat
Oh,
over
my
there.
hat. Be right back.
So, we lost actually 2 episodes, but we numbered them both 158 because we didn't realize we'd missed one. So we're going to recreate what we know about those episodes, which is not a whole lot. Except for we know what booze we got and we know what new mugs we got. So
yeah, so we know that we are not going to recreate cocktails from that era because I have no idea what we did. Although we have drunk some of the various things that we have done here.
Right.
So should I remove the Elder God? I'm going to put him over here.
okay.
Right, there you go. Now he's got a tentacle coming out of his head.
So
move the mule. Oh, she can go. He, skirt, whatever. I don't know what your gender is, Eeyore, so, give me a pronoun, I'll work with it. It's fine. So, our mule brought us back a number of things.
Yes.
So,
because she was living in Los Angeles at that time.
Right. And so this and these 2 gift packs are all from LA Distillery, and I don't remember this much.
That's also from LA Distillery.
Yeah, so this is all LA Distillery
except
stuff,
for this.
right? Corey. Wow. Yeah, but I think I wanted some water with that. All right, so what have we got? Well, we have got their Catalina rum. This is a limited release rum. Oh, that has a pointer attached to it. Limited release to reflect on our celebration of opening our distillery to the public for visits and tours, ladistillery.com. And I don't remember anything other than it is slightly overproof at 50%. And it was yummy, as I recall. It came in a cool box. Look at this cool box, and it's got a bag and stuff, you know. So eventually this will become a dice bag because, you know, that's how those things happen. Ta-da! Pretty little bag here. I remember this being tasty, but I also remember it being a sipping rum, right?
Yes.
And not a, hey, we should down this. I don't remember even how this connects. Oh, it's just a, it's like
Slipknot.
a country and western, like, Thai thing, right? Which I don't know if we ever took the bottle out, quite frankly.
I don't know if we did.
We just
I think
maybe
we
left
just slipped it.
Yep, because we don't have to, because there you go, right? There's actual cork and the rum. You want to take a sniff?
Where's our tasting glasses?
Our tasting glasses are right here. Keep all the tasting glasses right down here. This is, oh, we wouldn't have these tasting glasses at
That's
that
all right.
point.
We won't show off.
Here we go. Here we
Okay.
go. That one we had.
Cotton and Reed.
And that one we had.
Okay.
These we didn't have at the time, so that we can't show off those. There's probably pins on here I didn't have at the time, but
It's all right. We
yeah,
didn't have these microphones then either.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, so 50% rum. So what this episode is going to be is we're not going to be making cocktails.
We're just going to taste this.
We're just going to taste things and refresh our memory on how things taste. So this is the Catalina 50% proof from LA Distilling rum. And quite frankly, I don't know if we've had this rum since...
I know we've had it at least once.
Since?
Then. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Probably so, at some point when the Mule was over.
Yes.
We don't even know if the Mule was here for that episode. We
Yes,
think
the
she
Mule was here
The
for
Mule
that
was?
episode,
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
the Mule who shall not be named. Yes.
I already named her.
Oh. Whoops.
And she'll be the guest tomorrow night
When we do our actual
when we do our actual broadcast.
temporally correct
Right.
broadcast.
But those of you on YouTube won't see it for another year plus. So just to get things confusing. So
Yeah, you're going to edit that out, right?
I don't know. I might.
She's going to edit this and it'll be interesting and fun.
There is a lot of vanilla.
There's cherry on the nose. Almost a cherry wood.
Yes, there is a cherry wood.
Yeah, I get cherries. I get ripe cherry off of this
Yeah.
on the nose. I don't often, I think my nose is getting better because I don't
think so.
often get, a lot of times rum experts or rum folks will like, oh, I get cherries off of this. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? But no, this is distinctly cherry. So I think
do
I'm
get a little
developing
cherry.
a little bit more of the, give me some words and I can see if I can find them in this. I have no idea if there's supposed to be cherry notes in this particular rum or not, but I'm distinctly getting it on the nose.
So I'm definitely getting a vanilla taste.
It's a little thin. Mm-hmm. It's a little burny. Mm-hmm. The roof of my mouth, the tip of my tongue are still a little burny from the alcohol. Cherry comes through again.
So I'm going to let you do
vanilla.
one of these while I take a sit,
Okay.
and then I'll come back for this.
Okay. What is that other note? You're gonna go away.
Yes, I'm going to go away. I'm going to go sit
Her
down.
part will be played by Eeyore.
Right.
Right. So Eeyore will join me in other sips. Right? How's that gonna work? I don't know. What is that taste? It does coat the mouth, which there is a. I have no idea what is in this particular rum. That mouth coating makes me think there might be a little bit of glycerol in there, but I, absolutely cannot say for sure. I could be totally off base with that one. It does come across as having a lot of the wood tannin kind of flavor to it. So that's kind of, it's not very complex. It does have a long finish, but that finish is just sort of a solid wood note. So, interesting rum. Glad that we're seeing this kind of production out of, I won't say local, but, Conus distilleries in areas that aren't necessarily known for their rum production either. I mean, if this were coming out of New England, for instance, which has a long rum tradition, that would be a different story. But This is coming out of California, which, there's just not a whole lot of rum production going on. It's a special edition, a reflection of what makes Los Angeles Distillery unique. Each bottle represents the artisanal quality of our operation and the spirits we produce, from the artistic shape of the sophisticated stills to the masterful composition of the processing equipment. Anyway, very cool. Looks gorgeous. Does have a pretty significant finish on it, which is one of those factors that you really like in a
sipping rum.
In a sipping rum. Yep. The maker of luxury spirits. Oh, virgin oak. So 3 years old, virgin oak, 100 proof. Okay, what they call their shipwreck strength. I'm not sure what shipwreck strength is, but my guess is it means 50% in this case. All right, so there you go. There's that. Not from LA Distilling is this one.
Distillery.
This is the Black Forest Spiced Rum. And look, rum folks tend to knock spiced rums. We just do. There's very few spiced rums out there that kind of tickle our fancies and make us go, yeah, we could use that. And usually if a recipe is actually calling for a spiced rum, and we really want to make that recipe, we will spice our own rum. Or in my case, I'll just go to Chairman's Reserve, because I really like the Chairman's Reserve spice rum. Rum bouillon I really like as well. Unfortunately not available in the United States. But most of the other spiced rums are overwhelmingly sweet, or have some other artificial flavors to them and the like. So this is a German-produced Black Forest spiced rum from, that's a city in Germany. Streugarten, something like that. Black Forest spiced rum. Oh, I should not try and read this, because it's in German. Like, wait, my glasses are really bad. No, it's not the glasses. It's in German.
If you want to try the LA Distillery rum, you'll do better coming here.
Oh,
it was a limited distilling.
That was a limited distilling, right? So the Catalina release is...
Yeah. They do not currently have a rum release.
Oh.
They are not a rum shop. They are a whiskey, bourbon.
That makes sense, right? Right. Because... that's actually even more impressive, because if that's, their first foray into rum, or, hey, let's try our hand at rum, that's actually a pretty good shot. I would drink that over... They do have the
gin currently, but they don't have the...
Right. So we'll take a swirl of the Black Forest, see what we get on the nose here. This episode is not going to be an hour long, by the way.
No.
That almost has a Black Forest cake smell to it. So there's a little bit of the coconut, the toasted coconut. There's a little bit of, say, chocolate or cacao notes here. Maybe some coconut.
You said coconut.
Did I? The coconut, the chocolate, yeah.
Cherry.
Well, this has the much more cherry note.
Right.
Yeah, I get ripe cherries here. I don't get the... Not pulling up... if so, it's like overripe cherries here, maybe. That's an interesting... I wasn't getting cherries until I sniffed this, which has definite cherry note to it. I'm really proud of myself for picking up cherry notes from that. It's the first time really like cherry. Oh yeah, I get it in cherry and rum. Thicker mouthfeel. Definite cocoa notes. Definite coconut notes. I see where that comes across as a Black Forest cake. Absolutely. There's some little spice notes here. Baking spices. It is sweet. Is definitely sweeter than this by a wide margin. There's got to be some sugar added back into that. Star, you might actually like this.
Yeah, I'm coming to taste it. I just need more water.
Yeah, that's actually, if what you want is a sip of, this is, again, we say it all too often here. There are rums that are a little too sweet for sipping rum or a mixing rum that put over vanilla ice cream would be really tasty.
Definitely coconut. There's definitely cacao. Yeah.
I think if you wanted to put that over like a Cherry's Jubilee ice cream, that would be pretty tasty. Yep. Ooh, I'm getting warm in here. That's weird. I don't know have no idea what the proof is on this. 42%. All right, so that's actually an advantage over some of the other spiced rums that are coming in and actually being liqueurs under 40%. So, that'll tide one over. So as Star said, LA Distilling is actually not a rum house. That's just a thing that they did for this special release. They are more known for alcohols that we drink in smaller proportions around here. So,
Bottled and bond craft whiskey.
So we have approaching 200 rums in the collection here. And I think we have like 4 or 5 bourbons. So, that'll give you a comparison. It's like, I have more Jamaican rum than I have bourbons. I probably have more... I mean, Jamaicans probably...
You have more Hawaiian rums.
I have more Hawaiian rums than I do bourbons.
Yes.
That's impressive. Rye's probably... Well, obviously, single malt scotches are probably our second largest. Gin might be the third. And then we start getting into things like rye whiskey. But if you're comparing, like, St. Lucian rums, we probably have about as many of those as we have ryes in the house. And so when it comes down to LA Distilling, there's a reason why we have broken into these, by the way. It's not just, but we keep putting them back in here because small bottles are a pain to keep around as they fall off of things. But here we have an 18-month bourbon whiskey, a 3-year straight bourbon, a straight high rye bourbon whiskey. I don't know what that is, because if it's straight high rye, it's not a bourbon. And then we have their 18-month rye whiskey. These are all relatively... Okay, the straight bourbon, aged 3 years. That's pretty significant. And then in this gift pack, we have a single malt whiskey, a Tokay cask single malt whiskey, and there's another Tokay single malt whiskey that is double cast as opposed to the first one, which is triple cast. I wonder what the other 2 casks are. And then a lightly smoked single malt whiskey. So we've got the single malt whiskeys over here, and we've got the regular whiskeys, i.e. bourbon and rye, over here. And then I guess they're mostly known for their whiskeys, but the other thing that they produce pretty consistently is continuously is their gin. And we've actually used, a fair amount of their gin here. The gin is not blue, right? So you can see here, the gin is actually clear. It's just a really cool looking blue bottle. When this is done, we're definitely keeping this bottle.
Yes.
It's just pretty and gorgeous and that sort of thing. So we've made Saturns with this. We've made various other Tiki-esque drinks with it. I think we've even made a bee's knees or 2 with it. Maybe an aviation, something along those lines. I have rum here, and I'm not so sure I want to just delve into the gin. Maybe I do. I don't know.
I want to taste the gin again.
She wants to taste the gin again. So we'll pour a little gin in here, and then we can split that. I think that's probably the best course. So I will say, I think it's great that we have these bottles, and it's pretty awesome. We're not going to get... the Mule is back from LA. We're not going to get or have much opportunity to get more of this. So, this is kind of precious to us in terms of that. But for both the Catalina and the gin, I will say that I don't feel like the stopperage, the corkage, is actually really like tight. Like Spike would hate that.
Right.
It's like it's just it. I would be leery about like leaning this on its side, yes, for instance. So yeah. Definitely got the juniper going for it, but I mean that's pretty typical of gins. But it's not overpoweringly juniper-y. Juniper-y. That's what happens to women named June when it gets cold. It's juniper-y. It's juniper-y out. Yeah. What? I never said this was kid-friendly show. I was like, is this NC-17? I don't know. It's probably MA-21 is what this show is, right? Yeah.
It's interesting. The nose is much more juniper-y than the taste is.
Really? Is it?
Yes.
Well, what else is in there? Can you see that? because I've got my old glasses on, so I'd have
Juniper, angelica, coriander, lavender, ginger, lemon peel, orange peel,
to. So you're hoping for some citrus notes from this.
allspice, cinnamon, vanilla, and hops.
It's the hops that makes me leery about this. I like hops are like, yeah. But the citrus, the angelica is going to make it a little more bitter. You're right. The citrus comes through a lot more than the juniper does. There is a back note. That's really interesting how it just sort of disappears. I get the coriander. I get, definitely a little lavender. There's some heat from the ginger.
Okay.
Now that I look at the label and see that there's ginger in there, I can pick that out. I wouldn't ordinarily have been able to pick that out. That's what the heat component is. I might have said black pepper because of the bite, but no, I think that's all coming from the ginger. That's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually more of a fan of the gin than I am of the rum. But they produce this all the time.
Yeah.
The Catalina is a special one-off, right? And look, it's just different creating a mash bill for something like a bourbon or a whiskey, and then running that up to neutral grain spirit, and then doing the gin process to it. Then starting with an entirely different base product, which is probably molasses in this case. So, kudos on them for giving the rum a try.
Yeah.
These guys, I expect, are these are the headline features.
Yes.
Would you like to try a bourbon, a rye, or a single malt?
I'll try one of their single malts. I want to try the Tokay.
You want the double or the triple cask Tokay?
The double.
The double cask Tokay. I'm not sure that we've opened the double cask, so let's find out. Matured in each cask individually. This comes in at 46%. Does not say what the double casking is. So I would guess, well, one is obviously Tokay. I'm guessing that the other is probably oak of some sort, whether it's virgin oak or something else. I'm going to take these off. I thought they looked really cool when I got them, and I still think they look really cool. Unfortunately, the lenses are no longer quite functional for me. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. Bottoms up. Thank you, Catalina. Good, not great. I mean, good as in, I don't know. I think the Catalina is a mid-shelf rum for us, certainly. It is not. It would not reach up to our premium status rums. Okay, so here's our glass, and we are going to crack open the seal. There we go on our double wood Tokay cask single malt whiskey. I get nothing, like seriously nothing off of this. Okay, hold on a second. Sniff something else. I don't know, just need to clear out the nose from maybe the burny of other things, and then we'll try this again. That nose is dead to me.
Swirl it in the glass?
Yeah, gonna have to. Not getting anything out of the bottle. I mean, so it is a pretty narrow bottle cap, so not surprising, and it is just now being opened. So we'll see what we got here. Spin this around. What did I say? It's 46? Yeah, 46. May have to put a drop of water in it to kind of open it up a little bit more. Yeah, okay, so there's a nondescript whiskey note. Can I say that? It's like, yeah, that's whiskey. I think this is just got to be a case of it hasn't been opened, and it needs to breathe some before we're going to get the best qualities out of this. So,
do you want to show the mug?
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I am going to just reach down here before I do anything else. I'm just going to put like a drop or two, not even a dropper full, but just a drop or two. Just to open this up just a tiny tad. Okay, I'm going to set this here. Well, spin. Yeah, it just needs to sit. Okay, so what else did we get? We got this. This is a Holland America Cruise Line mug.
That Linda brought us from the Joko cruise.
From the Joko cruise, right. Made in China, of course. And clearly marked, do not microwave and not dishwasher safe. So, you know, hand wash this guy. But this is, so a bunch of our friends, when we go hold our anniversary party in March, a bunch of our friends hop on the Joko cruise, the Jonathan Colton cruise, and go listen to singer-songwriters and play board games and play board games and play board games and listen to various other movers and shakers, celebrity types like Will Wheaton that are involved in that kind of community and have a wonderful time on the cruise. And we know a large number of people that have become, you know, that's become very much their family.
From different walks of our life.
Absolutely, from different walks and different places in our life and different periods of our time, of their life. You know, someday maybe we'll hold an anniversary on the Joko cruise, you know, and see what all the fuss is about. But, you know, it is what it is. But now we have a mug to commemorate the Joko cruise. So, you know, there you go. It's blue and has a tiki figure on it, so yeah. That's pretty nifty and awesome. That's, you know, 30 seconds, maybe a minute worth of content. I have no idea if that's had any effect on the whiskey whatsoever. But you know, we are sort of out of other things to do here, because that's got, you know, unless we delve into more of these bottles. But I think sticking with one is probably the better idea. I'm going to have a little more of this. Yeah, that's a... Okay, so a little more cherry does open up on the German spiced rum. I like this, I think, a lot better than I did when I first tasted it, because it sat there on our shelf for quite a while. Yeah, if I want just a sweet...
Like a dessert rum.
Like a dessert rum, yeah, this would be quite tasty. Yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't pair it necessarily with a dessert, because then I think its sweetness is fine as is if you want that as a dessert. You know, I think there's some coffee notes in there too. But if you paired it with the dessert, it would not be in the same sweetness category, right. And so it might taste more bitter to you, which would not be what you want.
Well, you would want to have it is after you have sat after dinner, have that, and then go have dessert.
And then go have coffee or whatever. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I need some water. Our water's fine. Too many tastes here. Still can't remember to put like a tray of coffee beans down here just so I can clear the olfactory passages. It is very true that your taste buds are... I mean, you taste mostly with the nasal passages and the sinus passages. So, you know, it's actually not just a matter of rinsing your mouth with some water. It is actually, like, you need to clear out the nasal passages and smell something else. Get the fumes of the other alcohols out of your nose before you go, especially trying to pick up something that's got a relatively light aroma to it. So let's try this again. It's there, but I mean, it's whiskey. I wouldn't even say it comes across as bourbon or rye or anything else. It's a whiskey smell. I gotta admit, I'm not walking into this with a good frame of mind. I'm walking into this with, like, I'm kind of skeptical, but we'll see. Let's see. Okay, that does come across as a single malt. Not a Scotch, mind you, but this is definitely a single malt whiskey. Very different flavor profile than a rye or a bourbon. It is reminiscent of Scotch. It's reminiscent of a blended Scotch to me. I could use that. I don't get any really of the Tokay, the wine casking on it. But, you know, you got to try these things, right? Meh, meh. Yeah, I mean, we started this broadcast with the Corey Reckons, so
Yeah.
you know, it kind of wrecks you for any other, you know, Scotch-esque thing. So, you know, that's the haul from the Mule. The Mule. Dun, 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 dun. And, you know, we are Star and Pooch. We are Pooch and Star, so we are Lovecraft Cocktails, and this has been our attempt to provide you with some content vaguely reminiscent of episode 158, or actually probably not at all reminiscent of that, but you know, the actual episode.
The same booze.
The same booze, aside from whatever we used for the cocktails, because I don't know that this was it. But
Yeah.
we probably did something with the gin, which
Yeah.
is my guess, but I have no idea what, unless it was a Saturn. So we're going to call it quits and get us out of here, and look for us. Well, so you're not going to see this for, you know, a while. So we will be online tomorrow with our normal broadcast on Sundays, and that'll be episode 200 and you know, 20 something or other. Like I said, I never can remember what
7:30 Eastern.
7:30 Eastern. So we're going to keep continuing to do those at 7:30 Eastern. So no matter when you see this YouTube video, think Sunday, 7:30 Eastern, look back at
Now,
Lovecraft.
this YouTube video will actually be up in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because it's
but whenever
the missing
you
one.
see it and get
Right.
around to this episode,
Right.
Just remember, Sunday evenings, 7:30 Eastern Time, Lovecraft Cocktails doing
On Facebook.
on Facebook doing another broadcast, another Quarantiki, wherein most times we'll actually be making cocktails. Just tonight, not so much. All right, adios, bye. This is us signing out.
Have a drink.
Have a drink on us.
No, you
Or
need
us.
to have a drink.
I need to have a drink? Oh, right. Episodes always... okay, fine.
Hail, hydrate.
Ha! Hail hydrate. All right, I'm going to kill the live video, and we'll see you on the regularly scheduled broadcast times. Careful. I don't think you can.
Okay, then I'll hide. There, I'm not here.